Everybody, welcome. I've got some big updates to the hard surface toolbox, so let's jump right in. What I did is I put in a gallery switch, so now you can actually switch the gallery where you can't see what's actually happening until you click refresh. You'll see that the model map is back now, and you can go ahead and import geometry nodes based arrays right away and begin to work with those. And there's a few in here. You can add custom objects. So if you wanted to add in something like that, select that as your object and then just switch it. You can do that, and then you can just scale that thing down however you want, and then you've got that as an array. So all that's pretty cool. Then you can switch the gallery, come here like you normally would, choose any folder and entire drive that's got blend files, and then just hit accept. And once you've done that, it's going to populate a list for you, and the list is going to give you the opportunity to import objects or collections depending. So I did move a few buttons, but still very easy to work with. So now when you switch the gallery switch, you'll see that all these buttons are here, and the mirror buttons are just in the open, which is where they need to be in the first place. So if you append in a collection, like my GeoNodes wall that I've been kind of playing around with and building, then you can do that. And if you wanted to go to objects and just reload that blend file, then you'll see the individual objects. So if I delete everything here and go ahead and just try to import simple objects that are in here, you can see there's the brick that I was working with, there's the plane, and then there's some more stuff. And there's the curve. So everything's in there for the blend file, no matter how you do it. And then, like I said, if you switch the gallery type, you're not using this portion anymore. You're using a static gallery that comes with the add-on. You don't have to search for these. And like I said, you have all the arrays. I added a couple of different models, so you can kind of come in here and play around with these and work with them, practice, or don't use them. As always, you'll have the fun little mock-up infinite background, and I'll add some more models and things to this as well. And then if we wanted to go in and add a model, you'll have a pie menu now, so you can actually do symmetry or you can do mirror modeling, whichever one you want. And before we do that, if you want to use the carver tool, just click this little button right here for the bevels. Then you can hit Control-Shift-X because it's going to automatically turn the add-on on for you. And just so we can kind of see what we're doing, I'm just going to make a cut into this model with the carver tool. And if we want to work with this on the y-axis, then I'll be able to mirror this to the other side. And I'm just going to go back, and then if I don't want to do that, I want to do symmetry modeling, and I'm in edit mode. Well, I added something for that as well. So now with all this stuff selected, you can hit Alt-Y to pull up the symmetry menu, and you'll have positive X, negative X, positive Z, positive Y, negative Y. So let's see, this will be on the Y, and it probably will be positive to negative. So let's go this way. Yep. Okay, so that's good. And so when that comes up, you'll have the Symmetrize threshold. You'll be able to kind of play around with the shape a little bit and how that ends up looking. I just leave it at 0 most of the time, whatever. And then when you come back in, you can get rid of this single edge loop if you want and dissolve the edge. I think I've also got a dissolve in my context menu. So let's control right click, and there should be a dissolve in here as well. So if you wanted to dissolve that from the add-on, you can do that without having to go search for stuff. And don't forget that context menu does work in edit mode and in object mode. So you'll have different things show up. The buttons will be a little bit, some will be active, some won't. So those are some of the bigger updates. And of course, you've got the quick verts, quick edges, and quick faces with the jump back to object mode. And that all looks pretty good. And I'm going to delete that. And then don't forget, you've got the geometry nodes bevel that I came up with, kind of modified. So if you put in the mesh cylinder, whatever you want to put in, doesn't matter. I'm just going to bring up these verts a bit and you can hit this little bevel icon down here, and when you do that, you'll get this deal. And once you have this, you'll see it is going to move with it, and it's heavily subdivided here, but no big deal. I'll bring the actual bevel to 32 over here, and you'll see it ends up looking pretty nice. And then you've got your profiles you can kind of change and play around with, the level 1 and level 2, and you can just add some extra geo to that to make it look however you want, and just something to kind of play with. Now also we've got Discord help, so if you want to go over here and click Discord, this button will take you to my Discord channel, and then you can bring the 3D cursor back over here, switch your galleries, choose object collection, append to the cursor. I don't know if I actually showed that, but you can do that. So if I refresh this with the cursor thing on, I can just append to the cursor. If I turn it off and then go ahead and append, you'll see it'll come down to world origin, which is kind of what you would want. And then of course the store location, rotation, scale for any object. So if I rotate this and then scale it and save that, let's move the location and save that. Then I can scrub through these different things, and all that is saved. So there's some nice big changes in there. Now also don't forget, you come into the add-on, you can change the hotkeys for the pie menu, for the symmetry, and you can change the context menu, which is control right mouse, just to kind of keep it in line with the general use case, which is a right click context menu. So you just get that. You get all the mirror stuff in there. You can auto apply the mirrors, so if you don't want to have a modifier pop up, then you can do that, and you can just symmetrize across, or rather mirror modify that, or symmetry, whatever you want to do. And then I've got the fun little thing here where I just throw in the plane, and I throw in the light, the area light, whatever you want to do here. You can grab this, and you can snap the active object to the light, and that will help. And I believe you can just do that with pretty much any object. So I just threw a cube in here, and I want to go ahead and snap that, and so now everything is on that axis of the actual light, or rather the plane, since that was the object we're snapping to. Then I can reset that to its original position, can reset that back, or rather just reset these all back to the 3D cursor is where those are going to go. And doesn't work with lights because it's just for a mesh object for the snapping on that. But you can snap the light to the mesh, which can work with those mesh lights and those cool things when you put noise and stuff on the plane and subdivide it. So it's going to look nice. Other than that, I mean, you can just, this is a regular display menu here. You'll be able to do a few things like clear out and add. You can clear out everything that's in there. And in more than one place, I like to put the snap 3D cursor to world origin, so you can do that. And then if you have just static Blender here, you can snap the 3D cursor with Shift S anywhere you want, or objects to the cursor. That's just Blender. But that's it. Go pick up the add-on. If you guys like it, support the channel with a subscribe, a like, a super. Anything is great. Go pick up this add-on. And if you've already got it, thank you very much. Go get your upgraded version, enjoy, and see you guys in the next one.